Now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks a lot, Ken, and thank you for tuning in to the best show at 10:35 in Pittsburgh. Welcome inside our KDK TV CW studios. I'm Rich Walsh. Ron Cook will join me in just moments for tonight's show. We got a big one. 412-575-2600 is the number on the Borders and Borders hotline to give us a call. You can also tweet me at Richie Walsh. I'll try to answer some of the tweets. We'll definitely be taking some phone calls tonight. And I guess the number one topic tonight would be the Penguins beating Vegas. It was supposed to be Murray versus Fleury, but it was the battle of the backups, Casey DeSmith and Subban on the other side, and Casey DeSmith won that. Mike Sullivan just called him the best player on the ice tonight. But Phil Kessel had 3 goals, 2 that looked identical. Ron, you were there all night,
right.
Just got back, and when I was looking through the highlights and watching it, I thought it was the same goal, essentially.
I did too. I thought I was watching a replay live. 2 breakaway goals, great pass by Malkin on the first one. Great pass, I believe it was Hagelin on the second one. He has that burst of speed, as Sullivan talked about. He pulled away from the defenders, he split them, and that rocket shot, that wrist shot, just tremendous. He got the first goal off a face-off win by Malkin, brought the puck right back to me, stride over a couple strides and fired a wrist shot goal. Just a remarkable shooter. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, when he's hot, he's hot. He can go through streaks like this and put up like 15 goals. Then you might not hear from him for a little while, but definitely he was hot tonight and the number one star there. So, the Pens they've been struggling with defense lately and goaltending. Murray's out with a concussion, but it looks like he could potentially play soon. He went through a full practice today out at PPG before the game, so he potentially could come back soon. They also benched Mata for Ricola, and they've only given up 2 goals tonight. So do you think they'll keep this outside of DeSmith, because we know once Murray's healthy, he's going to net? Do you think this will be the same defensive pairings until they...
Yeah, I would think until at least Saturday night when they're in Montreal, Rich. Although, they weren't perfect tonight. They gave up 37 shots. DeSmith was really good. 35 saves, and a couple of them were really tough ones. The defense can still get better, and I think Sullivan talked about that. It was better than what it was in the first 2 games, but I don't think there's any question it can still get better. But coaches are always reluctant to make lineup changes after wins, so I don't think it's going to change much between now and Montreal on Saturday night.
All right, so we got a big game in Cincinnati on Sunday. The Steelers taking on the division-leading Bengals. They've been good in Cincinnati, won 5 straight there, won 6 straight overall. Randy Fichtner talked after practice today about, they've been monitoring Ben's elbow, and he mentioned that it could potentially be a problem on your show. I don't know the exact quote. You would know better than me, but I don't know how he said it. But then he kind of dismissed it yesterday when we all talked to him. I don't really see it as a problem at all.
Well, if it lingers, it could be, but the good thing is after you get through this game, you have a bye week, so you have 2 weeks off, basically. I asked him on his show, he's with us on our radio show every Tuesday at 11, and I said, Ben, the first half you were missing stuff high, and the second half you come out and were perfect. He had a perfect passer rating in the second half. I believe he was 10 of 12 with a couple touchdowns. I said, was it a mechanical adjustment? He said, no. He said, been having a little issue with my elbow, and he said, for comfort's sake, I'm dropping my arm down a little bit, and when you drop your arm down, the ball tends to sail. And he said, I basically just said, I'm tired of playing bad. I'll do what I got to do, suck it up. If there's a little pain involved, I'm going to throw it the way I always did, and that's what he said happened. Now, he dismissed it with us. He said, no, I don't think it's a real big deal, but he got hurt in the Cleveland game in the opener, and if it's still bothering him, it's some kind of an issue. Maybe not a big issue.
Yeah.
But I think the best thing can happen is he gets through this game, and they have the bye week.
Yeah, and that's when we could potentially see Le'Veon Bell, too. This is interesting. Ed Bouchette pointed out earlier today on KDK TV News and in the Post-Gazette talking about, if Le'Veon Bell was smart, he would report tomorrow. Then he would get that paycheck this week because he wouldn't play this week. And then he would have the whole bye week and another paycheck, so he'd get 2 extra paychecks. I potentially don't think Le'Veon Bell is going to report until after next weekend, before that game in Cleveland.
Well, hopefully he comes in Monday. They are going to practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't think the Steelers would pay him if he comes in tomorrow because he's not going to do any work for them. They don't have to. They have that 2-week roster exemption where they don't have to pay him if they so choose. I hope he comes in Monday, gets some work in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then the team's off for 4 days. It's nice to think he'll hang around, maybe do some homework, if you will, and then be ready to start practice the following Monday. But it's going to be interesting when he comes back. I think he and James Conner are going to split the job for a while, but I think eventually it's got to go back to Le'Veon.
Okay, we have a new feature here on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. It's the Thermo Twin WIPIO Watch. We will preview our best games that we'll be covering on Friday nights, and we got a big one this Friday that you can watch the highlights right here on, well, not here on CW, but on KDK TV. And it's Bell Vernon at West Mifflin. It's a 7:30 game. It's two of the best teams in 4A. They're battling for second place behind Thomas Jefferson in that conference. And, West Mifflin has 3 losses. They lost to 2 5A teams. And Bell Vernon has 1 loss in that conference, only to Thomas Jefferson. Bell Vernon has a high-powered offense, and West Mifflin has a really good running back, Parrish Parker. He's 7th in the WIPIO with 1,065 yards, so that should be a pretty good game to watch out at West Mifflin. We'll have the highlights coming up on KDK TV tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. Also, we'll be featuring the Baldwin-Bethel Park game, and you can go on to kdk.com/game of the week to vote for the other game that we'll be covering. It's your choice. There's a bunch of games. Right now, Shaler at Penn Hills is leading that vote. So give us a call right now on the Bordas and Bordas hotline. We have a couple lines open. 412-575-2600 is the number. We're taking your phone calls next.
The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters.